Hello everybody, Silver Picker here, and welcome to another episode of Silver Picker's garage sale, estate sale, yard sale, tag sale, etc., finds for the weekend of July 6th through 8th. Now, it was a pretty typical weekend. Like I usually say, I did do amazing, but I didn't do terribly. So let's just get into it. We'll start with the jewelry. So the first thing I found was this really hefty, 10 or 11 gram sterling silver chain. See it under the magnifying glass. I was really shocked that it was still there. It was really late in the day. It was on a Sunday, so it was late in the weekend for the sale. It was late in the day, and a lot of the jewelry had already been picked through, you could tell. But for some reason, they still left this sterling silver chain for me. So I'm happy with that. Made a little profit on that, and I paid her the $1 that she wanted, and that was it. The next thing I got was at a different sale, and I wish that the pair was there, but there was only one single solitary sterling silver salt shaker. Now, it's weighted. Let's see if you can make out the inscription on the bottom. I'm going to try and balance this with the magnifying glass. Unfortunately, I only have two hands right now. Or fortunately, I guess. But as you can see, it says, okay, that's not going to work. Anyway, it says crown sterling weighted. So, it's got the typical weighted characteristics. It's got like the glass on the inside, and there's probably like plaster underneath there. I checked, and I found out that this is not like a rare or highly sought after piece. In addition, it's got some damage on the bottom. So I'm probably just going to take it apart and scrap it. It's not even worth looking for another its pair, because even though they are common, that's the problem. They're common, so you don't really get anything above scrap anyway. But for $2, the guy just that was his asking price. I wasn't even gonna haggle with it. The cap alone, which is not weighted, weighs a couple of grams already. So you make your money back just in the cap. So everything else is just pure profit. So I was happy with that. At the same sale, there was a box of jewelry, and some of it was broken. The only piece of gold or silver in the whole thing was this teeny little clasp. I can't even imagine you're going to be able to see anything on it. But if you can, it says 14K right down there. So it weighs 0.1 grams, but when I put it together with the rest of the gold that I sell, it'll add a couple bucks. So, that's not bad. He threw that in for free anyway. The next sale I went to had a lot of stuff out. There was some more sterling stuff, but the lady there had this weird pricing scheme. Like, she knew the stuff was sterling, and for some things, she would mark it like for a little teeny tiny pin was $10. But this pair of earrings, which weighs 5 or 6 grams, it's sterling, it was $2. And this relatively heavy pin that says Secret et Hardy. I don't know what that means. I assume it's Latin, and it's probably something religious. If anybody knows, let me know. But, this is sterling. This also weighs a bunch of grams. This was also $2. And she was selling, other stuff for $12. And this pin, which is sterling, it was only 50 cents. So I don't know what was going on, but I bought this pin for 50 cents, these earrings for $2, this pin for $2, so that's $4.50, and then I bought this, which I could only read a little bit in the daytime. I couldn't see it in the, I couldn't see it because there wasn't enough light. It was daytime, but it was kind of dark in the area, and I saw it said 12K, but I wasn't sure if it was gold-filled or not. It is indeed gold-filled, but eventually I might, get a collection together and scrap that too. So it was only 50 cents. Now this was the big buy for the day in terms of jewelry. It was this chain with this little pendant at the end. Now if you can tell, it's like a little sloth or an otter or something. It's pretty nice. And I could tell that the chain was fake. It's got that typical look of like gold-plated, whatever it is, with the gold coming off and the silver the silver color coming through. It's not marked, but there was something about this little otter thing that really looked like real gold. And what it was I don't think I'm going to be able to get it on camera, but just if you're familiar with how gold looks and how it's made and everything like that, you sort of get to start to have a feel for it. And the way that this clasp was put on, the way that this like little piece of gold, this loop, is folded back, really just looked like gold. So for the 50 cents she was asking, I figured it was worth a shot. I brought it home and tested it. Obviously the chain was indeed fake, but the otter is 14 karat gold, at least. It tests good for 10 and 14 karat. The 18 karat solution dissolved it, so it's probably about 14K. It's really nice. It weighs like 3 or 4 grams. So that's like a really nice chunk of change, especially for 50 cents. So that's all I got for the jewelry. Not too much, but with what I got, I did pretty well. We can move on to some coins. Over here, I got just a few coins. This guy, he literally had a bag of like maybe 20 coins, and most of them were new and kind of junky. But I got over here some old British pennies, an old Australian penny, a regular Canadian penny, a British halfpenny, and a silver Canadian quarter. That's really what I wanted, and I asked him how much he wanted for it. I gave him a lot of information on coins in general and his coins, and I was very honest with him. He asked me how much it was worth. I said it's probably worth a little under $5 right now with the silver price, talking just about this coin. And I said, what do you want for it? You just tell me. And he said, well, that information was worth a couple bucks, so why don't you just take these for $2? So I said, that sounds fine. He goes, I really appreciate you giving me the information. And I was happy to take these coins for $2. Now, the only reason I took these coins is because I like them. I don't know why, there's just something about the large British cents that I just really like. And I've got a whole mess of them, and I just sort of pick them up and, keep them on the side whenever I come across them. But I looked this one up, and this is a Australian one from 1934, and on eBay they're selling for like 10 or 12 bucks a piece, some of them even a little more. And this one's in pretty good shape. So I was just wondering, does anybody know why this one is so valuable? Is it a special date, or is it just in general the Australian pennies are worth money? And just for, in case you're curious, these two are 1927 and 1921. If anybody has any information on these, I'd love to hear it. And this is my first halfpenny. I don't know anything about them. It's from 1939, and like usual, my inquisitive self will ask you guys again, if you know anything about it, please, give me some information, on value, history, etc. And this is just a typical 1960 silver Canadian coin. Nice little pickup. At another sale, I got some other coins. I asked the guy if he had any coins, and he said no. I said, even some old pennies I might be interested in. And he said, you know what? I actually do have a bunch of those old wheat cents. So he took them out, and it was in this Tupperware container. And there's about $3 and maybe a little over $3 worth of wheat cents. I haven't sorted through them yet. I will sort through them, and if there's something, of extreme value or something really interesting, I'll make a video about it. But, he said, how much do you want to pay? I said, I'll pay you 2 cents a piece. And he said, how about 10 bucks for all of it? I said, I could do 6. And I said I could do 7. So he said, you know what, fine, 7's fine. So I gave him $7. He was happy, I was happy, and, I got a bunch of wheat cents. So, that's it for the coins. On to the other items. I picked up this. It is a Victorinox Swiss Army knife and mini mag light combo pack. Still in the package, unopened, and they wanted $5 for it, and I gave them $5. They wouldn't come down on it, but I thought it was going to be a lot more money, because I am a pocket knife collector. I've mentioned in my other videos that if anybody wants to see a video of my collection, I might make one, but I'll probably only do that if there's some, subscriber interest. So let me know if you're interested in seeing a video like that. So I bought this for $5, but I did some research on it, and there's one on eBay right now, and it's got no bids on it, and it's at, it's like $13. So I may just keep this. I may give it away as a gift. I don't know, but what do you guys think? So I bought that. Next thing is this, Absolute Spade. And on the other side, Absolute Spring. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Absolute Vodka ad campaign, but starting in the early 80s, Absolute had one of the most successful advertising campaigns of history. And for a long time, even long before I was legally allowed to drink alcohol, and long before I did drink any alcohol, I collected the advertisements. I have literally hundreds of different Absolute Vodka advertisements. And, if anybody's interested in seeing that collection, I'd also be more than happy to make a video. But some of the ones that I have are so highly collectible that they go for literally hundreds of dollars. I just sold one of my ads, which was a special, these are called Spectaculars because they have a gift inside, of a Cynthia Rowley knit sweater for a bottle. You put it over the bottle, and it's sold on eBay for $207. So I picked this up for $3. It is a Kate Spade Absolute collaboration, and it is a rain poncho. So I don't know how much it's worth, but I'm sure it's worth more than $3, and if not, I'm happy to have it in my collection. Just one good thing to pick up if you're a seller on eBay or elsewhere are bubble mailers, mailing envelopes. A lot of the time I see them at garage sales, and I never think to pick them up. But today I remembered, and for $2 I picked up 13 bubble envelopes. These are, some knockoff brand, and these are Staples brand, so they're pretty good. And these usually cost a lot more than $1 a pack, so I was happy to pick those up. Now the video is running on a little long, so I am going to stop here and make a part 2. So I will be back in a flash.